Hi there. So what we're going to do with the new set of videos is we will be kickstarting a specified set of videos for the recruiters and the hiring managers in the companies out there. So the series of videos, we are going to title them Hiring Insights. So this is Hiring Insights number 1. And here we are going to talk about the perfect candidate syndrome and how it ruins recruitment and hiring per se, right? I say syndrome because it is a disease, right? So what happens is we are in a very technologically advanced, digitally advanced era, and more than ever it is so hard to hire somebody new. It takes anywhere from 3 months to 6 months, and in some cases even a year to hire someone. So what is the reason for this? Why is hiring such a pain, right? So as I already told you, we have interacted with over 1,000 recruiters and hiring managers across all industries. And the perfect candidate syndrome is this notion that big companies especially, they have the deep pockets with their HR department. And there's so many middlemen saying that a wrong hire can cost your company lots of money in the long run. And there's so many studies on this, but they are baseless, they are meaningless. Nobody ever defines the criteria or the research protocols, to clearly justify why a wrong hire is going to cost company X amount of dollars per year. So what happens is this perfect candidate syndrome scares companies into not hiring. They play the endless waiting game. What I'd like to call it is the Superman candidate syndrome. They expect too many things from a candidate. They need to have 15 years of experience. They need to have a medical devices background focusing on medical imaging equipments, specifically MRI or fluoroscopy. They need to be able to speak these 3 languages. And as you notice, the job descriptions for middle management level positions, they've been increasing and increasing over time. There's a big section on responsibilities and big section on roles, big section on, the job description. It is meaningless. So this is best illustrated with an example. Last year, the year 2017, I saw a job description for a social media director, right? So this is a consumer products company. So it's a B2C initiative. And they were very specific. They want to go gung-ho in improving their brand's image in the social media platform across Instagram, Facebook, etc., etc. So this position requires 15 years of experience, okay? Now this doesn't make sense to me. Now think about it. Facebook came out in 2004 and 5, and it wasn't until 2010 that the pages for companies became a norm. So B2C companies like cosmetics companies or consumer product companies, they started setting up their pages on Facebook, and slowly the pages started getting likes, and it was a way for them to reach out to their potential or prospective customers. So it wasn't until 2012 that social media became an it thing, something very important, right? So ideally, even the best social media strategist out there will not have more than 5 to 6 years of experience. Now, how is it justified that this director of social media strategy, should have 15 years of experience? So the problem is when this gets advertised in various mediums, there's going to be qualified people. Even someone who worked in Facebook since 2005, they only have 12 years of experience by 2017. And not surprisingly, this position, you can search this yourself, is still there for over a year because the position is still not filled. Big companies are making these mistakes. It's not just the small to medium enterprise. So why this happens is because there is too much, dependency on technologies, because a lot of companies, applicant tracking systems, resume reading softwares, resume spiders, the companies have all the budgets to buy so much technology so that they can get the perfect candidate, their Superman candidate. But it never works out. What's happening is more and more positions are unfilled, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. So how do we break this? Recruiters and hiring managers need to know that there's too much unwanted information with the job descriptions, and there is no substitute for an in-person interaction with a prospective candidate. The recruiter, the hiring manager, and the candidate, they have to meet in person. There's no substitute for that. Technology can aid the recruiter, cannot replace the recruiter. So the onus is upon the recruiter to do more effective screening themselves so that they make the time to interact with more candidates. So what I'm saying is it's impossible to interact with 100 candidates, right? But let's say now you're depending on technology to filter 5 candidates out of 100. I suggest that make that 20 or 25. You have to talk with 20 or 25 people instead of the 5 out of 100 people you talk to right now. So that when you meet someone who only has 6 or 7 years of experience in social media strategy, something your automated machines and technology would have filtered out, you will know, it'll make sense, because somebody will tell you it's impractical for someone to have 15 years of experience in social media, right? So this is why I'm implying that the perfect candidate syndrome, or the Superman candidate, just like Superman, is a very imaginary thing. No candidate can have everything. So please keep that in mind.